Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and this is my BMW M2. A lot of people think the BMW M2 is a modern version of the E46 M3. Now in this channel we do a lot of videos on E46 M3s and M2s, and why? Because they're great cars. I used to own an E46 M3 that looked very similar to this car. I own one the same color as this, Laguna Seca Blue, 6-speed manual coupe. And what attracted to me that car was that it was rear drive, stick shift, very nimble, and visceral driving experience. And those are the same attributes that attracted me to the BMW M2. So in this video, let's discuss the similarities, and then we'll get into the differences, and then we'll see, is the M2 really a modern E46 M3? Well, one thing to note is they're approximately the same size. They're both 176 inches in length. The E46 M3 is slightly bigger at 176.9, while the M2 is 176.2, but essentially they're the same size. You can get a 6-speed manual transmission. This is my M2 with a 6-speed manual transmission, or automated manual transmissions. You can get a dual clutch transmission in the M2, and the E46 M3 was available with the SMG transmission, or a 6-speed manual transmission as you see here. Now both cars have big enough interiors that you could actually sit in the back seat. I'm 6 feet tall and I can sit in the back of both cars, though I probably wouldn't want to be back there too long. They also have very similar styling. They both have aggressive front ends, flared fenders. So we've established they look similar, have the same transmission choices, same size. They both come in these cool blue colors, Long Beach blue for the M2, Laguna Seca blue for the M3. They're both very visceral driving experience, especially in their class. They both weigh almost the same. They're both, depending on transmission choice, between 3,400 and 3,500 pounds. Now that's where the similarities end. The M2 is a turbocharged motor. Though they're both straight sixes, the M2 has a 3-liter turbocharged motor producing 365 horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque. And that results in a 0 to 60 time of about 4.3 seconds, a little faster or slower depending on your transmission choice. Now the E46 M3 has a 3.2-liter straight 6 engine, normally aspirated, 333 horsepower, but only 262 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 time on the E46 M3 is in that 4.7 second, 4.7 to 5 seconds. If you drive these cars back to back like I did on all these videos for the E46 M3, the M2 feels a lot faster. It's got torque way down low in the rev range because it's a turbocharged motor, while the E46 M3, to get the power out of it, you really have to rev out the car. You really have to get up to that 8,000 RPM to get the power out of it. I think both cars sound great. Here we gotta get up to 8,000 RPM to get power out of the M3. But it's really a joy rolling through the gears and getting up to that size. Now the E46 M3 had a lot of different color choices, especially the interior. You can have orange, black, gray, red, just to name a few, while the M2 just has the black interior with the blue stitching. So what do we think? Well, there's a lot of similarities between these cars. I think the M2 certainly can be a modern version of the E46 M3. I think, a dream garage for any enthusiast would be to own both of these cars. Now, they're definitely about 15 years apart in model years. The first E46 M3 came out in 2001 and hung around to 2006, and the M2 came out 15 years later from 2001, debuted here in model year 2016. And still available today as a new car with a warranty. Okay, so we still have to answer the question of the day. Is the M2 a modern version of the E46 M3? Well, I don't think it was done intentionally, even though they share a lot of similarities. But I think the M2 is as close as we're going to get to a modern version of the E46 M3. Now, the E46 M3 is certainly a modern classic. And who knows, the M2 may be a future classic as well. Let me know your opinion, guys. I'm really curious to know. Please leave a comment below what your answer to the question is. Remember, if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. If you like what you see on this channel, Hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. We post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks again for watching, guys. Share this video with your friends so our channel can grow, and we'll see you next time. Take care.